Ultimately, as a consumer, it is the product that matters to me. But as a staff, it will make me feel more subjective if I know the why. As an investor, if I know the why, it could be more convincing if I know the why. And as a competitor or a researcher, I want to know the why for my study. When I watch the golden circle, these points are obscure to me. Point number one, Simon says people don't buy what you do, they buy why you do. In reality, based on my personal experience, I have been using MacBook since 2013, and by now I have bought 4 MacBooks. I never knew why Apple made MacBook, but I know that what they have made are the great products with great features and functions. I love MacBook. I love what Apple has made, and I love what they have been doing. I never know why they make MacBook. I don't think it is important for me to know, but it will be good to know. Therefore, I cannot relate to this. People buy why they do. My further question to this is, what if the why doesn't make sense to me? Point number two, Simon said, all the great and inspiring leaders communicate the same way. Why, how, and what? This is why some organizations or some leaders are able to inspire where others aren't. I kind of agree, but I don't fully understand the interpretation. Simon said that the why explains your purpose, your call, and your belief to exist. Well, as a consumer, I don't really care. It's good to know, but it is not a deal breaker. Simon also said that this is why people are completely comfortable buying from Apple. I don't know if this is true, but I know I buy from Apples because I love the product. I buy because of what they do and what they produce. Point number three, Simon said the goal is not to do business with everybody who need what you have. The goal is to do business with everybody who believe what you believe. It is because of biology. Our neocortex corresponds with the what, which responsible for our rational, analytical thoughts and language. The how and why make up our limbic brain, which is responsible for our feeling, like trust and loyalty, including our decision making, our behavior, and have no capacity for language. In other words, if we communicate from outside in, the what, how, and why, people can understand information like facts, figure, and features. Just don't drive the behavior. But when we communicate from inside out, why, how, and what, we will be talking directly to the part of the brain that control behavior. And we allow people to rationalize it with the tangible things. This is where the gut decision comes from. Having said all this, what I don't understand are A, the what is about the rational and analytical. This does not resonate with me. B, the why and the how are the feelings. Again, this does not resonate with me. C, the brain that controls the behavior can rationalize with the tangible things, and we should make decisions based on our gut feeling. It does not resonate with me. My gut feeling tells me that this does not feel right. D, the goal is not to do business with everybody who needs what we have. The goal is to do business with people who believe what we believe. Why? Point number four, Simon said that when you talk about what you believe, they will believe in what you believe. It is important because the innovator and the early adopter are comfortable making guts decision or intuitive decision that are driven by what they believe about the world. But then Simon said, by the way, they didn't do it because of the technology was so great. They did it for themselves. It's because they want to be the first. I'm confused. I'm confused that for them to buy the product, is it because of their belief in the product or because they simply want to be the first? Another point is, Simon said that what you do simply proves what you believe. If so, why would people not buy what they do instead of buying why they do? To me, these are the same thing. Let's hear it slowly. Simon said, what you do simply proves what you believe. What you do simply prove what you believe. Isn't it the same thing? That means what you do is the same as what you believe. Am I right? logical thinking in this session is self-talk. Question. Simon say people don't buy what you do. They buy why you do. What is the logic? What if why they do does not make sense? Answer. Let's talk about the why. I am a why baby. I was born with a why brain. No one taught me. It comes natural to me. My first response is always why? If you're not the why baby, you probably don't know what is going on my mind when I ask the question, why? Let me share it with you. Number one, when I ask why, because I want to understand. Number two, when I ask why, because I want to trace the root cause. Number three, when I ask why, I want to know the intention. Number four, when I ask why, I want to know the purpose. Number five, when I ask why, I want to know the reason. Number six, when I ask why, I want to know the logic. Number seven, last but not least, when I ask why, it triggers my logical thinking. Ultimately, it means I seek clarity. To me, I must be clear about everything and anything because this is the way my mind works. The basis of everything and anything I touch on must be the clarity. When I'm not clear, I can't move on. To me, asking why is to trigger my logical thinking. In conversation, it makes sense to begin with why, where I explain my vision, my purpose, my intention, my reason behind, etc. So that you will understand where I come from. Every product begins with a thought, an idea, a purpose, an intention, etc. But the answer to the why could be very different from different companies or individuals. Some answers are very selfish, self-centered, profit-driven, etc. Would this why inspire people? Would people buy based on this why? I don't think so. Question. Why all the great and inspiring leaders think, act, and communicate the same way? Why they start with why? Answer. To me, it simply means that they are logical thinking individuals. There are also the why babies. The why leads to clarity, and the clarity is the basis for intelligent brain. Question. Why Simon say that the what is about the rational and analytical? Why? Answer. To me, the what is about providing information, either presenting, describing, or narrating. It's about telling, informing, or showing, rationalizing, or analyzing all the functions of logical thinking. Logical thinking begins with why, not what. Question. Why Simon say that the why and how are feelings? Answer. Logically, to me, it is the what that elicits the feeling. The how is when you want to know the degree of the feeling. The why is when you want to trace the root cause of the feeling. And the root cause of the feeling is the what. It is the what that caused me feel for something. For example, when I knew my MacBook has a touch screen feature, I was very happy. It is the what I can have that makes me happy. Question. Why would Simon say that the goal is not to do business with everybody who need what we have? The goal is to do business with people who believe in what we believe. Answer. To me, I'm clear that as a consumer, I don't really need to know why, but I don't mind to know. The point is, would it add value to the product after knowing the why? And it all depends on if the why can be related to my core value or the why can help me better utilize my product. In other words, if the why does not add value to the product, I don't have to know it because it does not make sense why I should know the why. If the why does not add value to the product, why do I need to know the why? Because to me, what matters is I believe in your product worth the money I pay for. And it is what I need. However, if I were a staff or if I were an investor, it would be important for me to believe what you believe. And if I were a competitor or a researcher, I want to know the why. Question. On one hand, Simon said that when you talk about what you believe, they will believe in what you believe because the innovator and the early adopters are comfortable making gut decisions that are driven by what they believe about this world. But On the other hand, Simon said that, by the way, they didn't do it because of the great technology. They did it for themselves. It's because they want to be the first. The obscurity is when they buy the product. Is it because of their belief in their product or they simply want to be the first? Answer. I consider myself as the early adopter for the things I like. There are times I grab the new products out of curiosity or attraction. And there are times I simply cannot resist when the new features described to me. To me, the belief is who they are, what drives them to be persistent and eventually produce the product. As I had mentioned, if I were a staff or if I were an investor or if I were a competitor, the why could be very important to me. But as a consumer, not really. Question. Simon say, what you do simply prove what you believe. If so, why would people not buy what they do instead of buying why they do? Answer. To me, the proof is more important because what you believe might not turn out to be great. Since the product is the outcome of the belief, why do I need to know the why? Why do I have to know what they believe? I don't see the logic here. As a consumer, it really doesn't matter to me why they do and why they believe what they believe. What matters to me is the product, which is the proof of what they believe. It is clear to me that the Golden Circle has highlighted one key point, which is all the great and inspiring leaders are logical thinking individuals. And it is clear to me that we need to take into consideration of different roles. That is, whether you are a consumer or a staff or an investor or a supplier or a researcher, etc. In life, there is no one for all theory. Therefore, it is very important to mention the target audience of the Golden Circle. I would think that for the logical thinking mindset, the communication is inside out. The why, how, and what. Because it is natural for us as a logical thinking individual to ask the why first. Whereas for the feeling-driven mindset, the communication is the outside in. The what, how, and why. Because it is the what that gets me excited. Since the product is a proof of what they believe, logically, it is the same whether what they do or why they do. It is the same whether people buy what they do or why they do. Ultimately, as a consumer, it is the product that matters to me. But as a staff, it will make me feel more subjective if I know the why. As an investor, if I know the why, it could be more convincing if I know the why. And as a competitor or a researcher, I want to know the why for my study. Action plan. Here are the 2 points I have discovered. 1. There are a lot of obscure information or obscure talks in YouTube. There's a huge room for further clarification. We need to see it from different angles of viewpoints. Number 2, many people told me that although they don't agree with what the prominent speaker talk, they were not brave enough to voice out because these public speakers were too popular. Reflection Time with Alicia Che is a channel promoting clarity via reflection process. Watch out for different obscure topics and listen from different viewpoints, from different angles to seek further clarities. We have gone through mindfulness and logical thinking to produce action plan. This is the way I show you how to become crystal clear by going through reflection process mechanism. If you need extra help, either in a group or one-to-one, please contact me via jjecorporatepro.com. I am Alicia Che, a certified professional coach and a HRDF certified trainer. Thank you for watching this video. My mission is to help you improve life by gaining clarity through self-reflection with logical thinking mechanism, i.e. the reflection process mechanism, which is reflection process. I will continuously go through different topics by applying reflection process mechanism in every video. Watch out for next video watch out for Reflection Time with Alicia T. If this video is helpful to you, please subscribe to my channel and click on the notification bell so that you will be notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you and see you in my next video.